Hello friends, welcome to Technique. This is Normal here, and in this video, let's do a detailed camera review of the Samsung Galaxy A51. So Samsung Galaxy A51 is the latest smartphone in the A series, and this is a successor of the hugely popular the Samsung Galaxy A50 and A50s launched last year. So Samsung Galaxy A51 comes with an AMOLED display, Exynos 9611 octa-core processor, 4000 mAh capacity battery, Android 10 out of the box, and it also has a quad rear camera setup. So let's have a deeper look into the camera aspect of the Samsung Galaxy A51. So looking at the camera hardware, you can see that it has a quad camera setup. The top camera is a 5 megapixel depth sensor, and the second one is a 14 megapixel primary camera, which is a Samsung's GM1 sensor, and the lower one is a 12 megapixel ultra wide angle camera, and the one on the right side is the 5 megapixel macro sensor. Now the primary camera is f2.0 aperture, and you also get an LED flash included. Now let's have a look at the selfie camera. So here we have a 32 megapixel selfie camera, which is an Infinity O camera, and we get a f2.2 aperture on this camera. So now let's have a look at the camera samples we have taken with the Samsung Galaxy A51. So this is the 4K Ultra HD camera sample taken with the Samsung Galaxy A51. So it can record both in 4K as well as 1080p resolution. So right now we are taking in 4K Ultra HD, so you can judge yourself how good the clarity of the video is, how is the focus. Generally Samsung devices have this focus hunting issue in the A series, so you can see how good the focus is, and if there is any focus hunting issue in this device, we'll also do a bit of close-up with the video. So that's the focus. So focus does take a bit of time. So that's the 4K Ultra HD sample. So this is the 1080p resolution, that's a full HD camera sample taken with the Samsung Galaxy A51. So you can see that this device has full HD as well as 4K support. So right now we are using the 1080p resolution. So there is EIS available. Again, you can see how good the focusing is. We'll just focus a close-up shot. So focusing seems to be quite okay. So you can also judge yourself how good the audio output is when I'm talking in this video. So now we are recording using the ultra wide angle camera on the Samsung Galaxy A51. Here again you can see there is a stabilization available, and the video recording is in 1080p resolution. So how good the clarity, you can judge yourself, and also the audio output from the ultra wide angle camera on the Samsung Galaxy A51. First up, let's have a look at the daylight captures. From the daylight shots, you can see that the 48 megapixel camera offers decent clarity for the price segment. The colors are not exactly natural, but you won't be disappointed with it. There is good amount of details on offer, but the sharpness levels are quite average, especially for the price segment it is being offered, and we feel Samsung should have done a better job here. When you zoom into the pictures, you can see a lot of noise and the images are a lot softer. There is also Auto HDR mode available, and the dynamic range is quite okay. The phone comes with a 12 megapixel ultra wide angle camera. While most of the ultra wide angle camera images do not have great quality, the A51 did have some decent results with the ultra wide angle camera. The colors were good, and the details were quite acceptable. Now looking at the close-up shots, you can see that the phone does a good job in bringing the details, and the colors are also good with good details on offer. But here again, the images lack sharpness and quite often blurry and soft. There is also macro lens included, which is a 2 megapixel shooter. You can toggle the macro from the interface. The macro shots were washed out and colors were not so great. Next, the portrait shots. Here again the images looks pretty good. The sharpness levels are acceptable, and so is the edge detection. At times the edges were not really perfect, but for humans it did come out pretty well. Now moving on to the low light images. The phone has f2.0 aperture and it produces decent results in artificial light or moderately lit conditions. In low light conditions, there is considerable amount of noise included. The details are quite okay, but here again it suffers from over softening of the images. There is night mode on offer, which does a decent job in bringing highlights, but it is nowhere close to what the competition offers. The low light shots taken with a wide angle camera was quite average with low sharpness and higher noise. Finally, the selfie experience. The 32 megapixel selfie camera performance is quite okay. The skin colors are also quite good, but we would have liked a slightly sharper selfie experience. Since selfies are more of a personal choice, we would leave it to our viewers to decide on the quality. The phone comes with a portrait mode for selfies, and here again it is quite good, but the edge detection is not accurate all the time. So this is the front facing camera sample taken with the Samsung Galaxy A51, so you can judge yourself how good the clarity of the video is and also how good the audio output is when I'm talking in this video. So you can judge yourself with all the details from the Samsung Galaxy A51 selfie camera. Now we have had a look at the camera samples taken with the Samsung Galaxy A51. So overall, if you look at the camera quality, the rear camera, that the 48 megapixel camera did offer decent results, but again the sharpness levels were not impressive, especially for the 24K price segment it is being offered. It's already overpriced by say 4K in this price segment considering the hardware. So for that price segment, the details were not really great, and it also had noise even in daylight conditions. The ultra wide angle camera did quite well, the colors were quite okay, and it was definitely an above average camera. But the primary camera did disappoint us with the overall quality, especially when you're talking about a phone above 20K price segment. Now the portrait shots came out quite well, and most part it was more or less accurate, and the device did have a macro sensor. It has a 5 megapixel macro sensor, and here again you could see that the colors looked washed out, and the macro sensor was kind of not very helpful in taking extreme close-up images. So that's also not a great move from Samsung. Then if you look at the video recording, this is one area where we found the video recording to be quite an average one. There is a lot of jumping issue, the focus hunting issue, and the overall quality of the 4K did not even have the electronic image stabilization being offered, and the electronic image stabilization were limited to the ultra wide angle and the regular camera for 1080p resolution, and the camera quality as such was kind of average, not really the best we would have expected for a 24K price segment. Even Poco X2 and Realme X2 or even Redmi Note 8 Pro offers much better clarity in terms of the video performance. So that's the camera aspect of the rear camera aspect of the Samsung Galaxy A51. And now if you look at the selfie camera, it was kind of okay performance. Again, selfies are more of a personal choice, but we would have expected slightly better overall experience. Now if you look at the camera on the Samsung Galaxy A51, we are quite disappointed with how the camera performance, especially for a phone which is priced 24K in India. The camera should have been much better than what Samsung has offered right now. The camera hardware is definitely good, but the poor optimization and poor software and the poor optimization and poor software processing is probably the culprit. And Samsung's Exynos chipset does not have really great image capabilities. So a Snapdragon device would have done much better with the same camera hardware. So that's where Samsung needs to improve on the overall camera performance. So overall we feel that the camera on the Samsung Galaxy A51 was quite average, and to be very frank, it was disappointing. And if you're looking for a camera smartphone below the 25K price segment, the better options are Poco X2 or even the Realme X2 or even the Redmi Note 8 Pro priced almost 15K has better camera than the Samsung Galaxy A51. So that was the detailed camera review of the Samsung Galaxy A51. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Do hit that like button and also hit the subscribe button for more videos. This is Zamal signing off. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.